There is officially less than 1 month left till 2K26. We just got some news on the My Career, and it looks like we might even be getting some brand new builds. And that's honestly crazy because in 2K25 we had more than 300 different builds. Well, just now a gameplay producer went on Twitter and was asking the community what builds we want to see. Some of your favorite names in the 2K community gave their opinion. And I can't lie, if we even get a couple of these build names put into 2K26, it's gonna be crazy. I'm gonna go over every single new archetype we could potentially get in 2K26. Stop what you're doing right now and make sure you comment to win a copy of NBA 2K26. And as soon as you get done commenting, make sure you drop a sub and you turn the post notifications on. We're grinding for 100,000 subs before the end of 2K26. So make sure you lock it in because you're not gonna want to miss it.
Yo, look who I'm in the game with, bro. I'm with ex-Uncle Kano's game,
Yo,
bro.
oh my god, no way.
Look at him right here. Look how delicious he is. Look how, look,
Oh
Adam
my.
got it.
It's officially that time of the year where we're getting all the brand new 2K26 news. And as of right now, it seems like 2K26 is gonna be way better than 2K25. And this year is based strictly from community feedback. The community even has a say in what brand new builds are coming to NBA 2K26. One of the 2K producers went on X and they put out a statement asking the community what do they want to see in 2K26. And there was a lot of big names in the 2K community that were commenting what they want to see. And this year is based off community feedback, so I can only assume some of these builds from creators are going to get added to the game. Some of the build names people were coming up with were absolutely insane. And one of the most popular names I seen on the list is the ISO glass gun. And that means this build's going to be 7 foot plus and he could shoot, dribble, and he could even rebound. If we end up getting footers that can really ISO on 2K26, this game might really be bad. And no, I don't want 7 footers to be able to dribble like Stephen Curry. But to an extent, this is a video game and I would like to have animations on bigger players. Uncle Demi even put together a list of so many different builds. I'm going to take you over every single build that he put on the list and some of them that may even get added. Some of these builds and the build names put together are absolutely insane. My dog Uncle Demi dropped a list of 9 different builds that they may even add to 2K26. And the very first build that sticks out to me is a defensive punisher. What that's going to do is give a taller defender his own unique tip. And if you're a smaller defender but you're still a lockdown, you're going to be called a pressure cooker. And in 2K25 you can get a couple different names, but it didn't matter on the size. You could get the same exact name at a 6'4" lockdown than you would at a 6'7". And Uncle Demi's backpack bully build idea seems absolutely crazy. If you have a backpack bully build, you're doing exactly what it says. You're going to be putting people in your backpack and you're going to be giving out buckets. So I can assume if you want to get real buckets and this build gets added to the game, we might really be cooked. And the steel curtain build looks like it's going to be crazy. That's a big man. That's a straight defensive angle. And another build that I would like to see in 2K from Uncle Demi is definitely the knockdown art. And if you're going to be a player who spams back to the basket and you're going to be doing midi fades, you might as well be called an elbow expert. That one actually fits the name perfect, and I can't believe 2K's never added that into the game. And the one-man offense build is somebody who strictly does everything on offense. That means this player is going to be able to drive to the rim, shoot middies, and even shoot threes. And I can't even lie, I would love to see all 9 of these builds put into 2K26. As of right now, I would love a back-to-the-basket guard called the Unk build. And if you've seen an Unk build pull up on you on 2K26, you already know that man's going to give you a problem. My dog Statistics even came out with a build called the Bone Clip. Now that's really a build I want to see in 2K26 because I already know it's all about taking ankles. And with what we already know about the new body bumps, I'm not going to lie, rim running and ISOing might be one of the best things you could do on 2K26. When you picture ISOing on a build that has high speed with ball and high dribbling with high strength, you're going to be unguardable and your build's actually going to be called the Bone Clip. I really hope 2K listens to my dog Statistics so we can make sure that gets in the game. Then he even had a better point. How has 2K not added a build called the Rim Runner yet? That build would have absolutely no shooting. That would be a pure rim runner that's going to dunk on everybody. And EJ wants to get a point fade and wizard. If you ask me, that fits EJ's play style completely, so I really hope 2K adds that to the game. That build's going to be a midi demon that's all about snapping ankles and using screens. If there's one thing we all know, that build's going to be used on the 2s, so we're going to be absolutely cooked. Now that Mike Wang's officially patched to L2 glitch, everybody remembers 2K's been all about midi. So if 2K brings back my midi demon, I'm going to be on the 2s court actually cooking people for the entire year. Shout out to Badge Plug for commenting the playmaking shot creator, because there's one build I really miss from 2K, it's my playmaking shot. 2K19 playmaking shot creators used to do absolutely everything on the court. They used to break ankles, shoot threes, and even get to the rim. If they don't bring back the shot creator, really what I want to see is my sharpshooting playmaker. And if you know, you know. On 2K18 and 2K19, these builds were absolutely everything, and you could really cook. But quote unquote from Joe Knows himself, it doesn't even matter what the builder's like if the gameplay is not complimenting the builder. The reason 2K19's builder was so good is because the gameplay matched everything you were wanting to build. It was different metas, and there was a big diversity of ways you could score, and you wouldn't be playing against the same play style every single time. And in 2K20, they slowed the game down and they gave us pie charts, but that made everybody balanced and we were all playing on the same playing field. Some people even say 2K20 was the best 2K to ever drop, so that's what I mean. The builder has to match the gameplay. If it doesn't do that, what you end up with is a product like NBA 2K25 where they were L2 and everything was cheap. I want to give a major shout out to 2K for taking so much community feedback and implementing it into 2K26. My boy Olajuwon came out with a full list for different builds for big men. I can't lie, this man really cooked up, so wait till we get into this list. Very first name on this list is called a paint pounder. That's somebody with strength, post control, standing dunk, and some close shots. And that's a great name because all you post scorers honestly do is pound the paint. And if you were to take away the strength from the paint pounder build, you'd end up being a paint masher. And that makes complete sense because you're no longer punishing because you don't have any strength. And this is by far my favorite build on Olajuwon's list. And this build's called a matchup nightmare. It can do absolutely everything. It has post control, a 3-point shot, strength, dunk, and block. And this build might as well have AKA demigod stamp to it because it looks like it can do absolutely everything. And does anybody remember a playmaking post scorer from 2K19? Well, they were absolutely OP, so what about having a post scoring stretch diamond? This build right here would get post control, playmaking, 3-point, and would even have an insane mid. I can't lie to you, this man Olajuwon's list is absolutely cooked. And another one of my favorite names on this list is definitely a paint mashing pop. So that's going to be the same paint masher build in the beginning, but you're going to be able to shoot more threes. Now let's be real, a finesse 5 right here sounds like it could be one of the best builds. This build's going to be over 7 foot with every attribute you're going to need: layup, close shot, midi, and even post control. I can't even lie, if 2K lets us make a finesse 5, I'm making that the day the game comes out. And the demigod all around is called a slashing stretch playmaker. I've been saying every build name's my favorite, but I can't lie, the names fit exactly what the archetype's supposed to be. And I can't even lie to you, if 2K adds the majority of these builds, it's going to be a major dub. And every year as 2K progresses, we keep getting more and more build names. Last year in 2K25, we had over 300 different archetypes. That is the exact opposite of 2K20, and you'll never find somebody who has the exact same build. Here within the next couple weeks, we're going to get access to the My Player builder. And as soon as we get more information on the builder, we're going to be able to see so many more details. And the majority of us are even going to find out what build we're going to make on day one as soon as 2K drops the builder. With 2K announcing they're officially bringing the cap breakers back, I can assume the builder is going to be structured the same way. But what I can say is I think 2K accidentally messed up the cap breakers in 2K25. But for 2K26, what I assume is that if you have a 96 3 ball on its max cap, you're going to be able to go to 99 using your cap breakers. In the 2K25 builder, you had to look at your 3-point or whatever you're putting your cap breakers on to make sure your potential could max all the way out to 99. And before people officially knew how cap breakers worked, they were spending money on builds and they didn't even use the cap breakers right. 2K even announced there's a brand new way we're going to earn cap breakers outside the season pass. What that tells me is a lot of these builds we're playing with are going to have maxed out attributes and 99 everything. What that means for guards with a 99 midi or a 99 3 ball, there's no more RNG in the game, so you can expect to really be cooked. And if you still don't know what RNG is, to sum it up in the most easiest way possible, it's just going to make you miss random. In 2K24, your jump shot window didn't change, so people were shooting over 60% very consistent. And the people who couldn't get a hang of the game, obviously they were complaining about it because they could never beat somebody who really had the hang of the game. That point right there is exactly why 2K added skill-based matchmaking to the events and to the feed. If you're a sweat and you play 2K, there's a whole nother world of 2K that you don't get access. And at the end of the day, it comes down to letting people have fun while continuing to make money. So I can tell you right now, if little Jimmy Joe from down the street loads up 2K for the very first time and he plays a sweat, this man might never play again. So allowing people who are brand new to play against other people who are brand new just allows the game to make more money and have more longevity. And to piggyback from that point, that's the reason you're seeing so many more skill gaps being added for 2K26. For example, the visual cue on the green rebounds and now the visual cues on the jump shot. No skill gaps give us hope for the future because that means one day you're going to be able to have a visual cue on your stills and maybe even have visual cues on different moves you never knew about. But this video is not going to end before I give you my list of builds that I want to see on 2K26. The main build that I missed on 2K was my pure stretch. Pure stretch used to be so good on 2K you could shoot from anywhere, fade in the corner, and even drive to the rim. For anybody who remembers 2K18 and 19, the cradle dunks on the stretches were absolutely unguardable. But just for nostalgic purposes, please let a pure stretch 4 or a pure stretch 5 be able to cook. Does anybody remember a pure playmaker? These builds were all about throwing dots and absolutely snapping ankles. There's even another build that should have already been added in 2K, but it's never been added. With all the park games being played on 2K every day, we need a build called a park bully. A park bully build is going to be somebody who can run in there and be a pest on defense and absolutely dunk on anybody. You're going to give this man a little ball handle with a little bit of midi. For all my Jolly Green Giants that are 7'3", why are we not calling you guys a beanstalk? There's a couple more builds that need to be added for all the old school players that still play 2K. I need a back to the basket mid-range build that can be called Everybody knows an old head that does nothing but put his back to the basket and do little sky hooks and turnaround jumps. 2K, if this ever lands in front of your eyes, please make a build called And since 2K is rumored to be based around New York this year, we really need to make called Uncle Drew. If you're old school and you put your back to the basket, hit hook shots and midi fades, all you need to be called is For the builds that really want to cook up, we need to have a build called Uncle Drew. And none of these build names are confirmed for 2K26, but I can only assume with 2K listening to community feedback, a lot of these builds are going to be added. Some of these unique builds that have a really unique name are going to be added as a template for 2K26. I can almost guarantee it. Before we get out of here, man, make sure you drop a sub right now and you turn those post noties on. Going hard for the entire year of 2K26, and I'm bringing you all the news and all the tutorials. I'm going to give you everything you need starting day one of NBA 2K26. Don't forget, if you comment right now, I'm giving away copies of NBA 2K26 completely free. The top 5 people who have the most watch time before NBA 2K26 drops, I'm giving you a copy. NBA 2K26 is really going to be one of the best 2Ks to drop in the last couple of years. We're getting a new park, we're getting faster dribbling, and we're even getting brand new animations. animation. Make sure you comment what build you want to see for NBA 2K26.